The battle over free speech, especially on social media, continues to take a lot of different twists and turns almost daily. Today, the artist Ye, formerly known as Kanye West, is suspended from Twitter again. Twitter's owner, Elon Musk, tweeted his decision after West shared an image of a swastika superimposed over the Star of David. Ye made a series of anti-Semitic comments over the past week, and Musk says he violated Twitter's rule against inciting violence. But since Musk took over, Twitter has become a flashpoint in the battle over free speech. Earlier this week, Twitter ended a ban on COVID-19 misinformation. Musk has also said he'll offer general amnesty to people who's been suspended, provided they've not broken the law or engaged in egregious spam. Plus, Musk has invited former President Trump back to Twitter after he was kicked off for comments surrounding the January 6th attack on the Capitol. Today, Paula Tutman digs into the right to free speech, how it started, and also where it stands in 2022.
When I hear people say, I know my constitutional rights, I always wonder if they have ever really fully read the Constitution to understand the all-encompassing brilliance of the document, while also understanding that at the time it was constructed, the framers couldn't possibly know what was coming. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, and so important to form that more perfect union, it's actually the first of the amendments that prohibits an abridgment to the right to free speech. Professor Diane Hatmus is a political science professor at Oakland University who teaches constitutional law.
The framers didn't see social media. The framers had no understanding that something like Twitter would ever even exist. I mean, when you think about how hard it was to get any news out in the time of the framers, most people were illiterate. You had to find somebody who could read a broadside that had been posted.
I think the freedom of speech is one thing, or freedom in general. It's the ability to do whatever you want, but it cannot encroach on the freedom of other people.
Seems like nowadays you can just make something up and say it enough times and people believe it.
When people talk online and they preach about hate and things like that, it reaches so many other people, and now you've created a community for people to share in hate.
Dr. Margarita Guri is an expert in bad behavior.
The problem is that we're human beings, and we didn't envision technology being faster than our judgment.
Experts believe free speech has indeed become a weapon, and a dangerous one at that.
I think we are seeing the First Amendment being used to protect the most powerful and oftentimes the most dangerous people in or entities in our society. And I do not think that is what the framers had in mind.
And so what's the fix?
I think we can legislate the consequences of it. I mean, we can argue, is it dangerous to incite violence in others with our irresponsible speech? Yes, we can say that. That can be legislated.
Our government has always regulated speech. Every school child knows you can't stand in an open theater and yell fire.
That's pretty much the reason why people should be more aware of the things that they say, because we have a future generation that we should look after, and people aren't necessarily aware of that.
Paula Tutman, Local 4.